We are now just 1 day away from everybody with the Ultimate Edition getting 4,600 FIFA points in FIFA 22 Ultimate Team, something we've never seen before and something that is going to be unbelievable to the market in terms of flips, in terms of investments, and in terms of the price dropping on a certain amount of cards. And in this video, we're going to talk about which cards are going to skyrocket in price due to this pack opening, and which cards might struggle in price due to this pack opening. And really, it's just an unprecedented era of FIFA. We've never seen this before, so we're going to adapt as it comes to us, but we already kind of have an idea of what's going to happen. So hopefully this video helps you guys out. And before we get started, I want to ask you guys, can we hit 400 likes on this video? It's more than any video I've had in years. Could we hit 400 likes? That would be absolutely insane. Let's hop into it, boys. Now, before we get into the cards that I want to hold and sell, I'll show you guys what I've been doing with my icons that we picked up at the end of the last episode. I picked up that Shearer for 218,000 coins, sold it for 250, and then I immediately after I rendered that video and uploaded it, I actually picked up a Baggio on bid for 335, sold that for about 370. So we ended up making about 16K on Baggio, and then if you consider it's about 12K tax here, 237, about 19K on the Shearer. We did a couple more of the position change method on Nkunku. I replaced Lautaro Martinez with Immobile in my team, and then I did a little bit of SBC trading with these guys. All of those trading methods have been explained in previous episodes, guys. And now I want to see if I can go in and get myself another one of these icon Shearers. Today, he's been kind of hovering around 260 to 290,000 coins, but none of them have really been getting bought. Although I know he sells for at least 250 because that's what I listed him for overnight. So if I can get this one at 216K on bid, that would be a great pickup for me to flip that on for, you know, another 20 to 25, maybe 30,000 coins if I'm lucky. So we'll have to check on that in a second. But let's talk about some of the cards that a lot of you have been asking about. And I'm just going to use a few different examples that I've gotten in my Twitch chat for examples for this video. So one of them is St. Just. St. Just is a card that's only 76 rated. There it is. Jeremiah St. Just, 76 rated, which is a very, very good card, but very, very low rated card as well. 91 pace on a center back. You love to see it. But guys, it's only 76 rating, and if you consider how easy it is to pack a card with 76 rating, then you might understand that it's probably going to go down in price come that huge pack opening. I'm not saying it won't rise out of the pack opening. It won't rise on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but going into Monday, I cannot see this staying at 15,000 coins. That's got to drop under 10K at the bare minimum on that kind of card. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at our transfer targets and see that outbid and see if I can actually end up getting this card. We did get outbid at 217, which is kind of surprising given the fact that there was no bids on it before I bid. I probably should have waited. What? They're transferring coins! EA! I was about to get a deal! What the fuck? That was a bit unfortunate with the Shearer icon buy, but we move on to what you guys probably clicked on the video for. It's in the title. Do I keep or do I sell a certain player going into Monday's market crash? Now, there is going to be 4,600 FIFA points on everybody's account, which is going to be a lot of supply, something that we've never seen in FIFA before this early. So I'm going to use a couple of these players that are popular here because generally these are the most asked questions. Do I keep Rashford? Do I keep Kante? Do I sell my Daniel Melon? All that. So I'm going to go through a few of these guys that are different in terms of attributes, different in terms of ratings, and then for your card, you can kind of compare it to what is most similar of the examples that I use, because I'm not going to go through every single card. That would be ridiculous. Let's go ahead and start off with Kante, who is more of a high-rated meta card at 430,000 coins on PlayStation, 330 on the Xbox. A very good card, a very meta card. It's French, it's Premier League, it's Chelsea, it's 90 rated. It's definitely an elite card. in FIFA. And anything from Kante and above, I would consider an elite card, all the way up to Cristiano Ronaldo's gold card or R9 as an icon. These are all elite gold cards and special cards. So with these kind of cards, you're going to see those 4,600 FIFA points get opened, and there will be a little bit of supply for these cards. So you would think that they would go down in price with everybody opening packs. Well, it's not going to be the case. These cards, like Kante, they will not drop, okay? They've been pretty steady, and in fact, they've actually dropped a little bit as we get closer and closer to Monday. It was 440 earlier. It's only 416 now, maybe 430 as of right now, but it looks like last hour it was 416. It's probably only 430 just because it's very late at night and will likely go back down to 416 in the morning. But I digress. These cards are probably going to hit their lowest on Sunday or Monday morning at the latest because of a couple of reasons, and I'm going to go through those reasons right now with you guys. This is a very important part of the video. Reason number one, buying power. When people open up their packs on the store, they're going to have more coins to spend. Let's say they open up these packs and they pack themselves, you know, an Allen, and then they pack themselves a Richarlison, and then they pack themselves a LaCroix and a St. Just and all that good stuff, and their 4,600 FIFA points. Well, now they've got a couple $100K to spend, all right? And they're going to replace that Allen that they already had in their team with a better card because now they can afford to buy a better card. So they go out and they buy a Kante, and they improve their team that way. Well, that's obviously going to make Kante go up in price. The second reason is because of demand for their teams. On Monday, you're going to see most of the community get the game in its full. It's going to be not limited to the EA trial. They're not going to have 10 hours, and they'll be off the web app. Now, on the web app, you can't play any games. On the web app, you are restricted to trading on the market, so there's not much of a reason to have your team when you can just liquidate, trade with those coins, and then buy your team again later. Well, once they get the game, not only are they getting more coins, but now they have a reason to build their squad again, and they can build it even better. So they're going to be building that team, and they're going to be playing division rivals and preparing for the first weekend league, which will be about a week and a half later on that next Friday. So that's another big reason for the rise in price of these elite cards like Kante. So those guys are not going to be dropping in price, and I have a prediction that they will be at their lowest point around the time of Sunday during the day, or possibly Monday morning at the very latest if there is enough panic. But I think by Monday morning enough people will know that, you know, Kante's not going to be dropping in price. De Bruyne is not going to be really dropping in price. Heung-min Son is not going to be dropping in price due to those packs. They're too high rated, they're too much in demand, and the buying power is only going to send them skyrocketing in price over the course of that next week. So for those cards, you're going to expect those to go up. Let's go ahead and take a look at another card on this list. Let's go for Allen St. Maximin. Allen St. Maximin is 19,000 coins right now, and he's 79 rated. Now that is tough. When everybody has 4,600 FIFA points, you're much more likely to pack a 79 rated rare card than an 89 rated Heung-min Son. In fact, you're probably going to pack at least 100 of these for every single Heung-min Son you see on the market. So St. Maximin is going to be packed a lot, which is going to make it very difficult for him and LaCroix and St. Just and any other low-rated meta card. I mean, there's no denying it's a good card, 91 pace, 87 dribbling, it's very usable, but it's not going to do very well with all of that supply. That's where the supply really is going to hit these kinds of cards. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to crash to under 10,000 coins, but depending on the pack luck and the pack weight, it's very possible that he does. So I would stay away from low-rated meta like St. Maximin, like LaCroix, and St. Just. Let's go ahead and talk about something more in the middle. These are the types of cards that are going to be very, very difficult to predict. These are the cards that even I am not 100% sure on which direction they're going to go. They're 83 or 84 rated, right in the middle. They're not really too high rated, so that they're not too hard to pack, but they're not too low rated where they're too easy to pack. They're just about meta, but there's better options once you get more coins, but they're still pretty solid for this early in the game. They're right in the middle of every single category, like Timo Werner here. 36,000 coins, 32,000 on Xbox. It's got good stats over the course of the last day. He's been pretty consistent between 35 and 37,000 coins, but on Friday, he was much higher. So we're seeing a little bit of a drop, all the way down to 35,000 coins. And as I said, when we were looking at Kante, prices are a little bit higher just because it is, it's about 5 a.m. UK right now. So prices are generally higher at that point in the day. So you're seeing a little bit of a drop in price, and it's going to be time to pull the trigger here very, very soon on Timo Werner. It is going to be time to pull the trigger if you want him for your team. The question is, do I buy him on Sunday or Monday morning before the packs? Or do I wait for the packs and try to get a deal right when all the supply hits? Those are the cards that you kind of have to make your decision on. All right, 83 rated, 84 rated, very tough to make that decision. And here's the thing, guys. No matter what you choose, whether you choose to try to snipe them during the supply or hope that they go down really quickly and then start rising back up, or you buy right now or Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, and you buy it then, you know that starting on Monday night, Tuesday morning, these things are going to be rising and they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop rising, okay? They're only going to be going upwards in price from then on to the first weekend league. So you've got about a week and a half of just consistently rising prices, bar maybe a day or two where, you know, some SBC might drop. That could shift the market a little bit because of more supply. And there's always going to be those marquee matchups and stuff like that where they can have an effect on the market. But generally, this card is going to rise for a week and a half, and you can say that for Timo Werner, you can say that for Lukaku, you can say that for pretty much 99% of all of those cards right there. Starting on Monday night, they're only going to be rising. The question we're trying to answer in today's video is, when is the time to pull the trigger, guys? And for those big cards, I can tell you right now, if you're looking for a Kevin De Bruyne, if you're looking for a Bruno Fernandes, if you're looking for a Cristiano Ronaldo, a Rafael Varane, a Messi, the sooner is probably the better. And if you're looking for the likes of Daniel Mellon, Renato Sanchez, Lacroix, maybe even Kunde, he's 83, that's one of the tougher ones, you're going to be wanting to buy on Monday during the supply and have that crash help you find the best deal. So hopefully that answers your guys' question as we head into this market crash. And I keep putting that in air quotes because it is going to be a certain market crash because of how much it has affected the market already. We see this every single year on Black Friday, where going towards Black Friday, we know there's going to be a lot of supply, and everybody prepares for that supply by selling their cards. It's a very similar situation right now. It's why we haven't seen a huge rise in the market yet. And it's also why it's only going to rise going out of it, which is exactly what happens after Black Friday weekend every single year, guys. So hopefully this video helped you out. We'll go ahead and take a look at a couple of icons before we end the video. Which is, we're very unlikely to one-off get a really good deal on the icons, but I thought I'd go ahead and show you guys my methods and how I trade with icons. I actually picked up a Vidic, and this is very funny because I had a terrible deal on this Vidic. It was a disaster. I searched the icons. This was after the Shearer deal earlier when it got bid for 600K. I picked up this Vidic for 350 because I saw somebody else had a Vidic up on the market that had a bid of 416,000 coins. And I said, okay, well, if somebody's bidding 416, I can buy this for 350 and sell it for 400, no problem, right? I mean, that makes sense in my head. But then I also didn't think about, well, what if that person is also transferring coins to another account? And then I started panicking, and so I checked Futbin. And I looked on Futbin, guys. And I looked at Vidic's card over the last 48 hours, which you should do every single time if you don't have the card's price memorized. And this Vidic, well, if you look at the last 48 hours, guys, he's nowhere near 350,000 coins. So I looked at that and I was like, wow, I just lost 100,000 coins. But then I thought, well, if I fell for it, then maybe somebody else will. So I went off to the market and I listed the Vidic for 370. I was like, you know, I just want my coins back. And sure enough, within 30 seconds, somebody bought it. I actually came out with a couple thousand coins of profit after tax, which is hilarious because in no way, shape, or form is this Nemanja Vidic worth 370,000 coins. In fact, I haven't seen a Vidic actually sell since then. That was the guy that bought mine. He listed it with a 350 start price to 370 after he tried to sell it for 390 because he was already panicking. Well, now it's down to 360 and it's only going to go back down to 300K or less. So I got out of that mistake just barely. And I got to learn from that mistake. And I wanted to show that mistake to you guys to not just say, wow, I got lucky to get out of that mistake, because I did. But I wanted to show you guys the fact that if you don't have these icon cards memorized in terms of price and what they sell for, which, don't get me wrong, is not an easy task to do, even checking their compare price isn't always enough if it's a brand new card to you. I hadn't studied that Vidic whatsoever before I bought it. I needed to go out to the transfer or to Footbin. I needed to look at that graph before I pulled the trigger. Sometimes that's going to slow you down. In fact, it did for me just after that Vidic sale. I sold Vidic, I was like, okay. And then a Van der Sar got listed for exactly 350,000 coins, and I compared the price and I said, wow, that looks like a good deal, but I'm not doing this again. I've got to check it on Footbin. Well, that card got listed for 350, and I added to the transfer targets. I went and checked it. It took me 10 seconds at the most. I went to buy the card. It was gone. It got relisted for 410,000 coins, and you really hate to see someone else live out your dream. That was devastating because that was, after tax, about 40,000 coin profit that I could have potentially had I memorized the price of Van der Sar beforehand. So it takes a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of grinding. It's going to take a lot of studying the market for icon cards. You can simply add these cards to your transfer targets. You can see what they end up selling for. That Maldini, I know, is not a great deal. That's about what he goes for at about 500,000 coins. I knew that because I have Maldini memorized now. Keane 86 isn't worth anything. We don't want that. Pirlo 88, I'm not sure of yet, and it looks like he's going for 270. So the more I look at that, I can start to memorize these cards. But you also have to consider there's a baby and a middle version out right now, so make sure that you're not, mistaking a, baby Pep Guardiola for a middle Pep Guardiola and stuff like that, guys. It's a very tough method to use or to memorize, but once you memorize it, it is very easy to use. That's what I meant to say. It's very easy to use the icon trading method, especially once you get up to a couple 100,000 coins. Guys, it is very effective. I've seen deal after deal pop up. I've traded a few of these icons already. I've made over 60,000 coins on a combined 3 icons already, and I'm starting to memorize the market, which is only going to help me even more. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching today's video for the 5th Trading to Glory episode. Actually, it's number 5 already, and we're only 4 days into FIFA, technically, early access trial. So if you guys made it to the end of the video, I want to thank you so much for doing so. Watching the entire video helps me out so much, guys. For me to know who made it to the end of the video today, like we've done for all the Trading to Glory videos, I'm going to choose a color for you to comment down below, and the color today is going to be red. We actually haven't used the color red yet for one of these, so you try to fit the color red into a comment down below without giving it away too much, or use a red emoji. I'll know what you're talking about, and that way I can see who made it to the end of the video. I can like or love your comment and reply to as many of you guys as possible. And if you guys have any suggestions for future videos, you can always leave them down below. Go ahead and check the description for any links that you might want to use for FIFA resources or my social medias, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.